Hey, what's up guys, it's Metal, and I've got some Scosglen and T7 Rift footage that I'm going to go through. So Scosglen on this character actually feels pretty decent. You don't have super great clear speed, but you have really good sustain from Life on Striking, Life Leech. On my character, I've got the Locket of Dreams or whatever necklace, which is really nice for that too. But you can see it's kind of like the Rifts, where if you put down a bunch of Witch Winds on top of people, on top of the enemies, they'll die. I'm kind of testing Stormcrows here to see how good it is at hitting enemies, and the main reason I want to show this clip is you'll keep an eye on what are they called? Etherborns and the rest of the guys. So for everything that swarms me, it's really easy for me to put Witchwind down and just have it walk into it. And then once that's all dead, you can kill the Etherborns, right? And look at how fast it kills the Etherborn when nothing else is around. Stormcrow, it works like Guided Arrow did if you played base D2. It'll seek people out. So here I'm putting Witchwind down, and they're dying. And I'm clearing them intentionally because it's actually really hard to click the Etherborn first. Now, there's two ways I think this could work out. One way is that if I name-locked the Etherborn and something got in the way, it would hit that thing in the way. But if there was nothing in the way, then I would be able to name-lock the Etherborn and force these to go towards it. That's how I think the move should work. But it doesn't work that way, because if you name-lock something, it doesn't matter. And so you can see there, again, I just absolutely shred the Etherborn in like 2 seconds, which is awesome. But if there are any other dudes around, it's like basically impossible for me to even target the Etherborn. So like, I want to be clear, I don't think it's unreasonable that if there's a bunch of guys in the way, that my knives would hit those guys before they got to the Etherborn. But I do think it's silly that if there's like 5 guys over here, and the Etherborn is down here, and there's nothing down here. There's nothing but an Etherborn. And then I click towards the Etherborn, and my knives just go whoop, and go all the way over to the left. Like, they just have like a mind of their own, and there's no way to influence them. So that is pretty low quality of life, but it's okay, because we can put Witchwind on sapling guards, and yeah. So this character, like, it doesn't have very good clear speed, and it's a little annoying in Scosglen, because you can see all these like eggs and the things that keep getting respawned. They're going to continue to interfere with my Stormcrow in the way that I was just describing, where, like, as much as I would love to go up and just kill that Etherborn and move on with my life, my Stormcrows won't even hit him. So I've got to kill other shit, and now that it's dead, okay, and see, I'm only hitting with, like, a third of the Stormcrows that I could be, right? I could be doing, like, probably 3 times more DPS, but there's, like, all this other shit that my knives are flying towards. So it's kind of like, as is the case with everything with this character, it's a weird combination of very high and very low quality of life. So here you can see it's super tanky. I can stand in the fire. I can eat all the poisons. You use the Assassin Innate skill to get life on kill while you kill everything, because it all just dies in your Witchwind when it swarms you. And then you just kind of clean up whatever's left with Stormcrows. And sometimes you don't want to use APF Maelstrom to like pierce through things. So this one should die pretty quick because he's alone. Look at that. Look at that damage. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. So they die really fast if you can isolate them. Okay, but sometimes you can't, and you gotta wait and burst this other shit down first. So not that bad, not the best clear character ever, but I think pretty good, and I like a character with big single target and moderate clear, so it works for me. We're gonna skip towards, I'm sure there's a Druid around here somewhere. And obviously you can't kill the Witchwinds, or sorry, the Etherborns in Witchwind because they teleport out, if that wasn't clear earlier, so just to know. But you can Witchwind the Ominous Guardians, and they die. You see his health went from 100-0 instantaneously. He now becomes, it looks like the Archer. So these are not hard. You just Witchwind the Bear, and when the Bear does Rockfall, you just wait to see your health go down, like, I don't know, half, and then you just move out. But the Bear dies really, really fast. So you Witchwind on the Bear Companion, and then you'll see the rocks are falling, so I moved. And then you just move to the edge, and you keep him in the Witchwind, and he dies super fast. And you can see the rocks don't actually hurt that bad. I'm just eating the rocks right now, because, you know, you have so much Leech and Life on Striking and Avoid that you can usually eat several ticks of the rocks before it gets to be a problem. Once he's dead, you just kind of clear everything else out. And I don't really care whether I hit the Etherborns or the Druid, because I want to kill all of them. So, you know, what I do care more about is the little other shitters. But you can see this is kind of what I mean with the multi-target. It's like, if I could direct my knives, I could, like, focus that damage in and guarantee, like, kill one, kill one, kill one, which would obviously be better. But it can be really hard to do that. And so it's pretty jank, but it's not actually that bad, because, I mean, you do, like, 10 million damage, so who cares, right? And so, yeah, he's already almost dead. I wasn't even, like, trying to click him, right? I was trying to click the damn Etherborns, but it focuses the Druid. Yeah, anyway. So there's one Druid. I think I fight 1 or 2 more Druids in here, so we'll keep going. Yeah, there's a Bear, looks like. Cool. So the Bear, you'll notice, does kill me. And this is my first lesson that I learned for the bear. And I think I do 2 bears in this clip. I do one correctly and one incorrectly. So he spawns the trees, which I don't really care about. And you can tank as many of these trees as you want, because Witchwind is just going to keep ticking them all. And again, especially if you have your Assassin Innate ability up, it's just going to give you so much health when they die. But the bear does the little spike move, and the spike move plus the fire is, yeah, that's not good. So, you'll see what you're supposed to do, which is, you just stutter step the bear. And he's actually incredibly easy to kill. You just stutter step him. So I'm going to kill the trees, kite them away. And so you hit the bear, and I do Witchwind for a second, but there's no point. So you just stutter step throw, stutter step throw, stutter step throw, stutter step throw. And even if he ticks you like once, you can see it only does like, you know, 1/5 of my health. So it's just as long as you don't stand in it, and you'll see I don't keep my mouse over him, so it's kind of hard to tell, but he actually is taking quite a lot of damage. Like, he's almost dead already. Oop, I stood in it too long there. Don't do that. You just stutter step. And he should be dead in a couple seconds here. Doop, doopity doop, doopity doop. That's a big bear. There he is. Almost dead. And boom. So I do that a little better the second bear that I fight, Werebear, but you can see the Werebear is doable. The only one I haven't fought yet is a werewolf. I would imagine werewolves are probably the hardest for this class, but I haven't fought one, so I can't be sure. But Seer is the same kind of deal as the bear. You just stutter step and throw Stormcrow at it, so not really a big deal. So there's another Druid, and it's a bear. And this time I have learned from my lessons, and I immediately start with the stutter stepping. Kind of get my area cleared out here. And you just circle strafe them. I'm rebuffing. And so again, unfortunately, like, it is going to nerf your damage a bit when these other little shits come, which is like the worst thing about doing Scosglen as this character. It's fine. You can see it's fine. I wish you could... Again, I accept that if there's a bunch of shit in the way, the Stormcrows should hit it. I think that's fair. But I think I should be able to click someone specifically and guarantee... Like, you can see, like, a second ago, some of them just flew, like, up here to hit some guy up there. Like, I don't want them to do that. That's silly. I should be able to make them at least, like, fly at the bear by clicking the bear, you know? But you can't. Anyway, he should be almost dead here. Yeah, really easy if you do the strategy correctly. Just don't stand in it, so no big deal. And then we'll go to the Eye Guy, who is up here. So Eye Guy dies really, really fast in Witchwind. And this character, also because of all the avoid and block that you have, in addition to all the life and striking and leech, you can eat a lot of these little bone spear things that bother other classes. Now, I try not to stand in them because it can give you, depending on like the RNG status, but like a lot of times you can just stand in there and eat it. Look at that. Look at that. That damage, I'm sorry, that damage is insane. Look at this health bar. You ready? Look at this. It's crazy. I don't know what kind of characters you guys are playing, but I've never seen damage like this. It's pretty nutty. It takes a second to get him to walk in it, but when he does, watch. And like what? It's so crazy, man. It's so much damage. And again, you can see it's really tanky, right? Like, you can't play like a total moron. You do have to kind of like occasionally, you know, move around and play smart, pay attention to things. Like, see, I don't want to stand in just all of them. Like, I was getting shotgunned by like 5. But if you get 1 or 2, it's like no big deal. So he kind of floats around every now and then, doesn't stand in the Witchwind, and it gets a little hard, but yeah, you can see, really no big deal to kill that guy. So that's Scosglen. Just right off the bat, the Tier 7 Rift is easier than the Tier 6 Rift, which is silly. But the Tier 6 Rift has, like, it has no walls, it has no ability to, like, hide from anything. And so it's just really, really punishing. But the Tier 7 Rift is a much better and more normal map, so it's easier to do. So once you kind of get these cleaned out, which you'll see I do in a second here, then it's pretty standard. You know, you just kind of run, poke behind the wall. Same as you saw in the Tier 5 Rift video. Kind of like throw down your Witchwind for the things that swarm you, and use Stormcrows to clean up the things that don't, or the things that are around corners. And as long as you kind of go like cautiously, it's pretty fine. So this area, when you come through, there's this part of the map that has like a cross. It's like up, down this way, and then up, down this way. And it has all these pillars. This part of the map really sucks because the pillars are like open enough for all of the mobs to generally hit you and have aggro and like swarm at you from down the path where they would normally not be able to, because there'd be a wall like preventing their AI from allowing it. But then it's like on your side, it's worse, where it's like better for the mobs, but then it's worse for you, because a lot of your Stormcrows, you'll see like these guys, it's not hitting them. Like there I had to move, now it hits them. So a lot of your Stormcrows can like hit these pillars before, so you can see like, I don't know, like 3/4 of my Stormcrows hit the pillar rather than traveling to hit the Harpy. So it's not the end of the world. You can still like APF Maelstrom. You can still Witchwind. It just takes some time. So if you do this map and get to this area, like definitely be careful in this section. So you can see like, see how when I get out there, like all the guys from like there, and there, they all start coming at me. Because that area, it's so open. They all, I don't know, they like aggro you from farther, I guess. I'm not really sure. But this area is definitely dangerous. So anyway, you just thin it out smartly, kind of like I'm doing. You take your time and don't overcommit, and it's no big deal. So moving on, I eventually clear that path out, and I fight an Amazon. And Amazon is really good for this character because Amazon doesn't teleport away and stands in Witchwind, I believe? Or am I a liar? No, they do teleport away. I'm a liar. Amazon is not great for this character because they do teleport away and don't stand in Witchwind. But it's okay. You just use... I learned that when I did this fight, and I relearned it when I watched it. I don't actually remember anything or know what I'm doing, guys. Anyway, so you throw Stormcrows, and it seeks them, and you can see it does a shit ton of damage. And so even though she teleports away, the Stormcrow will chase her down, and no big deal. They're still going to die really fast. Not as fast as if they stood in Witchwind, but really, really fast. So easy peasy, no big deal. Amazon doesn't matter. But 5 seconds later, I walk up, and I'm actually really lucky. I don't know if you saw it, but there's a Necromancer up here. I'm really lucky that he didn't come in at the same time as this Amazon. He was like right up there, and he just didn't come in. Necromancer is kind of annoying for this character, and it's for the same reason for the frustrations that we saw in Scosglen, which is that he has all these permanently resummoning mobs. Like, no matter how many times you kill him, he just keeps shitting out more mobs. And so he won't get hit by all of your Stormcrows. And I think I can turn my audio back on now. Yeah, cool. You won't get hit by all of your Stormcrows because of the mobs, and then he also teleports. So he's like the worst of both worlds. He doesn't stand still to eat Witchwind. You can see I'm trying to, like, will he eat it? Nope, no, he won't. But Witchwind can still be useful to kill his summons, because his summons don't teleport out. And then in the downtime that it takes for his summons to be killed by Witchwind or Stormcrows if they're spread out, you want to try and hit him with as much Stormcrow as you can. And obviously Broadside is really good here too. Broadside's a super, super good move. If you're not one-pointing Broadside, I think you're messing up. It's so worth to have that. But yeah, you can see this guy's pretty annoying. He takes a while. I think he takes me like 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, you can see like he's just like resummoning the mobs, trying to hit him with the Stormcrow. Like, I actually wonder, looking back, if it might have been better to just take the damage loss of per hit and just have Maelstrom'd him the entire time, because Maelstrom would at least pierce through all of his minions and then hit him, and even though it does way less damage than either of the two options, maybe I would have been able to consistently hit him, and maybe that would have made me kill him faster. I'm probably going to try that next time, but it takes a while. I think it takes like 3 or 4 minutes for me to kill this dude, because he's just like, oh, summon guys, summon guys, summon guys. So, yeah, again, still going, still going. This is the fight that never ends. Killing more ads. Killing more ads, killing more ads, and he's finally dead soon. There, he just died. So I don't know what the total amount of time there was. I think it was at least 3 minutes, if not maybe like 5 minutes. So that guy is pretty annoying. I will definitely try Maelstrom next time. But I mean, you can see it's totally doable. I was never really in any like significant danger, but it's just annoying because he just keeps spawning mobs forever and teleporting away after he spawns mobs, which is like super freaking annoying. But yeah, character's coming along pretty well. I actually recently changed some of my points. I haven't tried this yet. I'll let you know in the next video how it works out. But in the videos you were just watching, I had like, I don't know, 3,900 dex or something. But even at 3,400 dex, I still have 60 block now. And so I put more points into Vite, which gave me an extra 1,000 HP. So I think I had like 8,800 in that video. Now I have 9,800. I think this will be better. We'll try that out. I've got Standard Black Void still. Got the Giant Snuckle. Bad Mood. I did find a Rogue Foresight. Rogue Foresight is a great item for this spec, but I was surprised at how much how little better it was. How do I say this? It's not that much better than Hammerfist. It is better than Hammerfist because it's got the Fizz Res, it's got the Deadly Strike, bigger percent dex, but Hammerfist actually gives you a lot more flat damage. So you actually will see like a sheet damage loss by equipping this item, but I think you see an effective DPS increase, but it's only a little one. Still running Shadow Bite. I think this is way better than Sky Murder, the SU, unless you're only focused on farming. And if you are only focused on farming, you should just play a different character, because if you're focused on like mass screen clear farm, this is not the character to play. So in my opinion, this is the only item you really want to use at endgame anyway. Lots of other options up till then. I think Eternal is possibly the best armor for this, because you get 3, I have 2 life on striking on it, and then 3 because I put a Solitude on it. So 3 life on striking is really good. That frees up. I no longer need life on striking in my ring slot because I'm wearing this. And it also has Ellie Pen, and I do a pretty decent chunk of elemental damage. And this leaves me at about 90% pen overall, which, I'm not a full Ellie character, so it's not the end of the world that it's not, 170. But every extra little bit that you can get kind of for free helps, and that's a place where you can get it. I don't know how you get rid of Witch Hunter's Hood. It's just too good defensively. There are lots of really good offensive pieces, including Eidolon, the Rune Word. There's some SSUs that are really good. But even though they're all better offensively, it's like my character just feels so weak without all these extra resists, defense, max resist, and then you can MO with like block speed and hit recovery, like you can see that I did there. That helps you hit all your other breakpoints. I don't know how you beat that item. I really like Locket of Dreams. The 150 life on Struck, as I said in my last video, is just like fantastic. But obviously, you could use Dire's Eve here if you wanted to, and that would be like a really good alternative. Or even, I don't know, like Beads the Snake Queen or whatever offensive amulet you want. I think this character has more than enough damage there, so I am very okay having a defensive piece here. And again, that life when you're struck is really good. This shield is insane. I talked about it in my last video, so I won't go on too long. Still really good, still using it. And Windrunner. So anyway, that is the gear and the loot and my latest update. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you next time.